reminding ourselves in everyday life, the pen that you write with, the book that you write with, the car that you drive. Be deliberate in reminding yourself that today is today. It'll never come back. So love people like never before. Do something you've never done before. It's really how you live your life every day that you can inspire and influence people around you. Bullying is such a hell that you have to live through sometimes. I think that was at the time the most difficult thing. I went through also a personal financial crisis in January 2011. That in itself wasn't the most difficult thing, but what the difficult thing came up through that experience was that I actually lost all my money 4 years ago. And I needed some money from my parents to survive, which tapped into my childhood depression of feeling like I was a burden to my parents. That took me through panic attacks. Couldn't eat, couldn't sleep, losing my hair. My wife and I were dating for 3 months into our relationship. And when I could finally tell her what was wrong, and I said, babe, I lost all my money. She said, that's okay. I'll go to a nursing job and support the both of us. And so out of the most intense fires comes intense blessings. And so I'm very thankful that we got through it. And so when I go through something difficult these days, I go back to how difficult it was at that time, how big that wall was, how painful those wounds were. But knowing that with time, learning, just taking one day at a time. I'm a man of faith and a man of prayer, and I thank God for all the strength He's given me one day at a time. But definitely with faith and family and love, you can overcome all things and find hope. And so give yourself some time, give yourself some forgiveness, give yourself some slack sometimes, and let time heal, as well as being proactive. We all have storms, right? And my storms are different than yours, but a storm is a storm. When you look at an eagle and a storm is coming, the eagle never gets scared. The eagle actually gets excited. The storms come because the different currents of the air between cold and warm, correct? You know what the eagle does? He doesn't flap its wings, doesn't flap around. He opens his wings and determines which current he wants to ride on. When he goes in the warm currents of the air, he goes higher and higher and higher and higher. I know you fly a lot. I've done probably over 2,500 flights, 5 million kilometers around the world, 54 countries. And there was one flight, lightning struck our plane. And it's very, very scary. And you're in shaking. And we're taking off. And we're going up and up and up and up and up and up. Now you know that even though you can't see anything out the window, you know when you're going down, and you know when you're going up. So we were going up and up and up and up and up and up and up, shaking, 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 shaking. I was holding on with both hands, right? And no matter about the flashes and the shaking and whatever, you know that if you're going up and up and up and up and up, eventually you're going to go above the storm. It was during the day, and it was dark down below. But as you go through those stages of altitude, because of your attitude, you can actually overcome your storm. Even though the storm is there, I still have no arms, no legs, if you haven't noticed, right? I still have no limbs. But I overcame my storm. I overcome my adversity, just like you can go higher above the storm. And guess what? No matter how dark it is on earth, when you get up above the clouds, it's always a sunny day above the clouds. So you got to shift your attitude. You got to shift who you are and how you think and perspective. Reflect on even the bad things that's happened in your life, and give even your broken pieces a chance. Because even when you don't get a miracle, you can still be a miracle for someone else. Maybe your parents didn't treat you right, but now you know how to treat your children better. My mom's father was he had a difficult life. My grandfather was actually abused by his father, and he was very hurt, very angry, Never told anybody. Kept it all inside. And some of that pain was shown to my mum's family. My mum and dad had parents who never were affectionate, never hugged them, never kissed them, never said I love you, never did any of that. We're Yugoslav blood, Serbian blood, European, strong, not affectionate. But my parents chose to step out and do something that they wish that their parents did for them. And that affection saved my life. And I want you to know that sometimes when you're on the brink of giving up, you can still save someone else's life.